Okay guys, today I'm going to prepare escargot, the Helix snail. In the United States, snails don't have a big tradition, but in other countries they're very popular. So we have garlic, parsley, and shallots, and we're going to start by chopping these up. Okay, the knife I like to use for this is a shin knife. They're very pricey, but I've had this one for about 6 years. I've put it through hell, and it's a really good knife. It hasn't worn down or anything. It's really quite amazing. It's a cross between an Oriental chef knife and a Japanese style chef knife. So we're going to chop this up real fine, and then I'm going to chop up this parsley. Okay, so I've sweated down my garlic and shallots. Like I said, you don't want any color, you don't want anything. As soon as you start to smell them, they soften up. That's what you do. The next thing, Pernod. This is a trade secret. I probably shouldn't even show this, but Pernod is a little licoricey, kind of little bit in there. Now I'm going to take this back over the stove and cook this to this liquid and alcohol cooks out. And here's what the snails look like. You want to make sure you take the snails out of the, rinse them out of the liquid. You find these snails like where you find the canned meat, like the chopped clams, are usually right next to the chopped clams at the Ingles. And this is what they look like. They're just, your Helix snail. These are farm raised. You can forage these, but you have to like purge them with cornmeal. It's kind of a pain, but that's that. Okay, and I'll show you the next step. Okay, so here's the next step. I tempered a stick and a half of butter, a little bit too much, but it's not a big deal because we're going to make our compound butter, and I'm going to put this back in the refrigerator, let it cool down so we can work with it for the next step. So put our parsley in there. Put some cracked pepper. I always use fresh pepper when I can. A little bit of salt. Okay. A little bit of lemon juice. Not too much. A little bit less than half a lemon in there. Okay, there's our lemon juice. Here's our garlic shallot mixture with the Pernod. That in there. This butter's going to totally melt. Okay, so I'm going to stir it in there. This is a compound butter when you add stuff to butter for flavoring. Okay, now I'm going to put this back in the refrigerator and let it cool down so I can work with it. And I'll show you the next step. Okay, so I put the butter in the cooler. I got it. I can work with it now. And now just have a pastry bag. If you don't have a pastry bag, you can use a corner of a Ziploc. So take it, fold it over like a little puppet like this. This was kind of small. I can't fit my hand in it. But then, just put the butter in there. Try to be as neat as you can. It's still going to be messy no matter what. So we got the butter in there. Got it. Okay. Now we have our shells. You can get these shells. You can order these in any gourmet. You can order them online. I did. They're like 20 bucks for a bunch of them. Making 15 snails here. One can will make 20 snails. So you want to put them in like this because obviously the butter. And then what you do, you start with putting a little bit of butter down on the bottom. And I remember working in French restaurants when I was younger that some of the chefs were adamant about putting a little down on the bottom. So I'll do this first little tray to show you. So a little bit of butter down on the bottom. And now here's the trick. The trick is try to get the snails like kind of how it lived in the shell. So, we know this part right here, that's the outside part, and then this inside part. So kind of put them in there how they kind of might have looked naturally. That's a big one. here. Okay. Kind of know. They'll kind of want to go in there. They kind of like, it's their home. It's natural to them, even though they're long dead. They want to go in there. All right. Okay. Okay, so now we got them in there. Then we're just going to go right over top of them. And you can order these little trays, and I'll show you later all the little implements. This is kind of a fancy process. Okay, so that's it. That's it right there. And then I'm going to do the rest of these, and then I'll show you the next process. Okay, so now they're all full. I made like a little extra one here. I'm going to show you how to take it out of the shell and eat it. And then I had some extra. I just put them in here. Okay, so now I'm going to put these back in the refrigerator and let them cool down. And then after I cook them, you're going to cook them in a 375-degree oven, probably for about 12-15 minutes. It's hard for me to give times on things because I'm a chef and I just know when it's done. So probably about 12-15 minutes in a 375 oven. So I'm going to chill these down and then you'll see the next process. Okay, they're out of the oven. You see they're nice and bubbly. They look really good. They smell really good. So this is how you eat them. I made a sample one here. We got these special little tweezers. And you can get all this online. And you can wash these shells. They're a pain in the ass, but you want to make sure you wash them. And all you do is this. You hold it in here. That's it. You got nice garlic butter. You serve a nice crusty French bread. And that's it. That's escargot. A classic French dish. You can wow your friends. There you go. That's what they look like. Thank you very much. Like and subscribe.